Sloan, a 2016 victory over here against Jersey. Unbelievably tough conditions, and we really fought that out. That is a absolutely massive win. Boys must be absolutely buzzing after that one. Yeah, you can just see the smile on my face. That was a very well grinded, fought out win. The boys, you know, for 80 minutes putting 100%. Even when we got turned over at the end and they still had 2 minutes to play, boys were still putting their bodies on the line, and we've just shown what we can prove. You know, we're a very fast running rugby team, and in horrible conditions like this, we played the conditions and we turned up today. And you know, seeing the reaction on Morley's face shows how happy he is. Yeah, just tell us about those conditions. I'm not sure the people at home will quite understand, but they literally were probably the worst conditions I've ever seen to play rugby in. I mean, to have that wind, to be playing into that wind in the second half and restrict them to just 6 points, I mean, it's an absolutely unbelievable effort. Well, it's almost laughable because Burnsy's putting up a box kick as hard as he can. It's going 25 metres back, so kind of sums up how strong that wind is. And then when the rain's coming into your face, you can't really see anything, but you've just got to grind it out. And boys, I don't know how many phases we went through in that second half to just keep on playing and not give possession in the back to them, because their strength is their driving more. But you know, I'm ecstatic with that win, and we build next week and we go again. We're not going to stop there. Yeah, let's just take it back a little bit to the first half. A fantastic start. We've obviously got a habit of that. I think we went 10-0 in front after 20 minutes or so. They came right back into it. We had to get a score right on half time. It kind of looked like 7 points perhaps wasn't going to be enough in those conditions, but just a fantastic effort, as we've said. And that first half we really had to grind out as well, didn't we? Yeah, well, we've been guilty before for not putting in 80-minute performances and dropping off, and that's when we start to lose it in the second half. But you know, we had everything going for them in that second half. They had the win, they had, you know, the rain was coming hard on us, they had slope, and boys just, you know, fought hard and really well controlled by Burnsy and Craig, and you know, our back row stepping up, Resler stepping up, running into a brick wall, you know, countless times, and it was just brilliant. And big shout out to the bench, you know, Corndog and Drew coming off, absolute huge impact, which got the boys going. It was outstanding. It was pretty feisty out there on the touchline and on the pitch as well. Does that just feel like a very kind of satisfying one as well? Yeah, well, a big Savage running into you, it's always going to be like that. But you know, both teams are up for it. It's top of the table clash. We're second, they're third, and both teams want to come out on top. So we just need to keep that level there. Now we set our minimum standard and we build. Yeah, we're pretty renowned for our attacking rugby, but that defence in the second half was obviously what won us the game. Just real kind of impetus to get off the line, and you were kind of personifying that with you just flying off the line, and some huge hits in defence. Looked like we were really kind of enjoying ourselves out there. Yeah, no, that's probably what I enjoy most about rugby, is defending. So yeah, just try and lead the line speed. Spoke a lot this week though about being half a yard, and I don't think we gave away too many offside penalties, but we still need to bring that line speed and stay disciplined. And if we give away penalties on that win, you know, they're going to just kick more and it's just going to tick over. So really good line speed from the boys today, huge collisions, and a 1 to 22 man squad effort. Yeah, for you personally, you obviously came off the bench to make I think it was your second debut, although that was quite a while ago, and then start today a full 80 minutes. Must be loving it back out there. Yeah, loving it. I'm absolutely knackered now. My legs are going to give way, but I've missed it. Yeah, I live for match day, not so much the training, but yeah, I love a Saturday game, and really happy to be back and looking forward to progressing with Ealing and building on this and finishing off the cup strong. I know you're obviously in the back line, but I'd imagine you'd be buying a couple of beers for the front row today as well. That scrum in the second half was really what we needed to get out of trouble. Yeah, didn't both our props play 80 minutes as well? Yeah, I think so. I'll buy them more than one beer. You know, they're 120 odd kilos and they're putting an 80-minute shift. That's a big ask. That's a really big ask, and they stuck at it all game, and you know, we started to get the penalties and the rewards towards the end, so really well done to them. I think we're pretty much secured as a quarter-final. Just a win next weekend will put it at home. We may have to score a fair few tries, but just a brilliant kind of response to that round one defeat against Jersey to come back with 4 wins, and we're now kind of firmly in the mix. It just says a lot about this squad, doesn't it? Yeah, you know, it's really shows a lot of character from the boys. It's a hard league, isn't it? You know, it's a lot of good teams, and you've got to put in 80-minute performances. That's what Morley's been racking on about every week. We're good at parts, and then we drop off, but we need to stay at that level all game and score a lot of tries next week. Touch wood, you know, back on our 4G. But if the conditions are rubbish, we've got to place conditions again and just keep grinding it out. Yeah, just without perhaps kind of overstating it, just how big could this win be going forward for the rest of the season? Massive. We've done a lot of stuff on Jersey. We know they're a top quality team. You know, they've got some really good players this year. They create a good brand of rugby, and they've got a great set piece. So it's not a given win when you come here. You know, before you play, you have to work your absolute socks off to get that win, and I think it's really going to build momentum for us, and hopefully we can kick on from this. Well done, mate. Thank you. Rayn, an absolutely massive win this afternoon. As captain of that side, you must be incredibly proud of that effort.
I might be a bit emotional, but that's up there with one of the best wins I've had in my life, in my career. That's the worst wind, the worst rain, the worst conditions, one of the worst fields I've been in, but the boys dug in, and fair play to the boys. I mean, we had so many new players and everyone was worried about the culture. I think those kind of wins just breed a lot of culture.
Is he going to smile?
Wardy, jump in as well. Just tell us how proud you are of all these players after that one.
Oh, I think it's there's a lot of stuff happening on the side, on the pitch. I thought the guys have been outstanding all week, all season. In fact, in a lot of adversity. I'm proud as anything of them. They deserve all the plaudits. I thought the way they controlled the game the last 30 minutes, pretty much didn't give up the possession. If they did give it up, they went and got it back within 2 phases. I don't think we gave away a penalty in that period either. I thought they were absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, it was pretty animated on the touchline. It was also on the pitch as well. Rayn, tell us what that was like to play, and it was pretty feisty, wasn't it?
I love those kind of games. I mean, it's a bit of grunt. It's a bit of a word I can't really say on camera right now. We showed it in absolute oodles today. Real pack mentality. I mean, our winger James Cordy's getting caught in a scuffle. I've seen Elliot run from the touchline to get involved. I mean, that's the kind of culture we want to breed at Ealing, and we work hard for each other and we'll fight hard for each other. And I thought we showed that today, definitely on the field.
Yeah, just as a kind of landmark performance, how big could this be going forward, just to both of you? Because there's a real kind of buzz around the place at the moment after that one.
It's one game, but it's a huge game in terms. I think for these boys, like I heard Rayn saying that the number of new players we had at the start of the year. I think just get that closeness, that bond. I think weekends like this are massively important. So it's a start for us. We know in 2 weeks' time we've got another massive second league, third league game against these boys at our place, and next week we've got a huge local derby against Richmond. So it's one game, but it's a real nice weekend for us to be away together and start building something special.
I know it was pretty tough after those couple of defeats to Nottingham and Jersey, but in round one as well. But today kind of show how far we've come in the last month or so.
I think to go undefeated is a tough ask to begin with. I mean, you're always going to slip up, you're always going to have those kind of performances, but I mean, it couldn't have gone worse today in terms of weather. I think we had 25 or 30% line-outs. We lost a few of our own scrums, which we never really do. I mean, against the wind second half, where we were only 7 points up, and then we've given away 2 penalties within 5 minutes or so, all up against us, and I think we've stuck together, we stuck to our guns. I mean, there was, I don't know how much pattern you can say was in that game, but we just stuck with it, and I mean, we just pulled it out of the bag today, which was huge for us.
Wardy, in terms of coaching, I don't suppose you can ask for anything more of the players than what they gave in that second half in particular.
No, it's something that's, you look at it from a coach perspective, like Rayn said, in terms of pattern, there's not much to really coach in there. In terms of, it just gets hard, in terms of just guys working for each other. I actually thought extremely physical, and I thought extremely clever with what we did with the ball. So I thought the guys thought well on the pitch, and I thought we just controlled the game nicely, but just in terms of working for each other, I thought they were outstanding.
How difficult were those conditions, Rayn, particularly in that second half?
Coming from Cape Town, that's just horrible. I don't know why they play games on pitches like this in the wet. It just doesn't make sense to me, but I mean, if it can create a win like that for us, it's a huge momentum shift for us for the rest of the season, I think.
Well, you didn't use all the bench today, but the bench that did came on an unbelievable impact, particularly the likes of Drew and Corndog. They were absolutely flying through.
In particular, were outstanding. I thought Westing had a really good impact as well. So you ask for those boys coming on, a guy goes off, someone else replaces them, and then, as I say, nothing really changes. If anything, they add to the team, and that's what we need in that second half. And in some respects, maybe those guys were seeing a few of the bits that were happening on the sidelines. So there was that. I don't know. Again, I can't probably use the word I want to use right now, but like I say, I'm extremely proud of the boys, and we're definitely going to have a few beers tonight to celebrate.
Yeah, but I was just going to say, I imagine Rayn and probably both of you will be buying a couple of beers for the front row this evening. That was a hell of a shift, particularly in that second half.
Yeah, Wardy will be buying for the.
Hold on, I thought we lost a few scrums. I'm not sure we'll get them. No, I thought, as I say, we'll have a few beers together. We'll celebrate tonight. We've got an early flight in the morning in the lovely wind, which I'm looking forward to personally. And then, as I say, we'll go again on Monday, Tuesday next week.